tooth. Can I look at your eyes without sparking some electrify my heart?
Assalamualaikum semua, apa khabar? Berjumpa lagi dengan cikgu dalam mata pelajaran Pendidikan Jasmani dan Pendidikan Kesihatan tahun 4, Unit 1, Gerak Gimnas, tajuknya Aras Kestabilan. Murid-murid boleh rujuk buku teks muka surat 4. Pada akhir pembelajaran ini, murid dapat melakukan imbangan statik 1 dan 3 tapak sokongan dengan pelbagai variasi dan aras secara individu ataupun berpasangan. Imbangan. Apakah itu imbangan? Imbangan bermaksud kebolehan seseorang mengekalkan posisi badannya. Hari ini kita akan mempelajari 3 jenis imbangan iaitu imbangan statik 1 tapak sokongan, imbangan statik 3 tapak sokongan dan imbangan songsang dengan sokongan pada kepala dan tangan. Tapak sokongan. Apa itu tapak sokongan? Tapak sokongan merupakan pusat keseimbangan ataupun permukaan yang bersentuhan dengan lantai. Murid berbaju kuning, 1 tapak sokongan. Semakin tinggi aras lakuan, badan menjadi kurang stabil kerana kedudukan pusat graviti semakin jauh dari tapak sokongan. Semakin rendah aras lakuan, badan menjadi semakin stabil kerana kedudukan pusat graviti semakin dekat dari tapak sokongan. Murid-murid boleh perhatikan di manakah pusat graviti. Imbangan statik 1 tapak sokongan, contohnya seperti imbangan skala belakang, imbangan skala depan, imbangan L dan imbangan V. Mari kita lihat cara-cara melakukan imbangan skala depan dan skala belakang.
Is an exercise that we can use to help strengthen ourselves in holding the front scale. We'll lock out our legs, pull with our core, make sure that you exhale when you lift, and on the very last lift, hold it. Rather than height, focus on form. The back scale is similar to the front scale in that we want to make sure that we lock our legs, keeping our chest up. We want to point our toes, and then keeping a straight line, we lift our leg up and back. Looking at the advanced version of this, we'll extend our leg to the back. And as we pull the leg up and back, we allow our chest to come down. Notice that I'm not taking my chest towards the floor. I'm extending outward. Don't lean forward when performing the back scale, and don't bend your legs. Keep the legs locked out, toes pointed, and chest up. One more key point is to make sure that you don't open your hips to the side. Draw your hip down towards the floor so that your body's straight.
Imbangan statik 3 tapak sokongan. Perhatikan gambar-gambar berikut. Di manakah tapak sokongannya? Imbangan songsang dengan sokongan pada kepala dan tangan. Sekiranya murid-murid ingin melakukan imbangan songsang ini, murid-murid memerlukan bantuan seseorang untuk melakukan imbangan songsang. Hati-hati ya, kerana jika tersilap langkah, murid-murid boleh tercedera.
Mechanics of this movement, I first want to say, make sure to use a wall in the beginning. This is not only just for your safety, but also to help overcome the fear factor that comes when working with this movement. Let's take a look at the proper position for the inverted leg raises. We're going to have our hands a little wider than shoulder width, and we're going to draw a triangle. Now, for this triangle, we'll have our hands at 2 points, and we'll place our head at the top of this triangle. If our head is in between our hands, it's going to cause us to fall out of balance, and we don't want that, of course. So when we draw our triangle, we want to make sure that we put our head on that top point. Not your forehead, but the very top of your head. From here, we're going to straighten our legs and try and bring our rear end up over our head. This is very important, and yes, it's going to be uncomfortable in the beginning. However, use a towel or use a mat to help get into this position. Next, our focus is on placing our knee on our elbow. We're only going to do one leg at a time and work on getting our balance. So make sure that you don't flare your elbows out. It's a key point. Just take one leg and place it up on your elbow. Remember, we want to try and keep our butt up over our head as close as possible. Once you get that, you can place both knees on your arms, work on holding it, and eventually extending one leg up into the air. This is where the wall helps because it can be quite intimidating and scary when performing this for the first time. Be safe. The next progression is going directly into the leg raise. We'll start with our legs straight as we did before, trying to make sure to get our butt up over our head. From here, we'll bend our legs and then extend our legs up into the air. We'll still keep them bent at the very top, but focus on pulling your knees into your chest and doing repeats. In other words, multiple reps of this movement. The next progression is a full extension. We'll once again start with our legs straight, bringing our butt up over our head. We'll then bend our knees, placing them on our elbows, and then exhale as we extend our legs straight up into the air. Once again, we repeat this for multiple repetitions. Once you become comfortable with extending your legs up into the air, we're going to perform the same movement. However, we're not going to bend our legs. This really forces you to use your core and work on your balance. Again, make sure that you don't flare your elbows. Really push into the ground, exhale as you extend your legs up into the air.
Tips keselamatan, pastikan kawasan aktiviti selamat, kawasan rata dan tidak licin, pakai pakaian yang bersesuaian, dan lakukan ikut kemampuan sendiri. Kepentingan imbangan, menguatkan otot dan sendi tertentu, mengelakkan kecederaan akibat terjatuh, meningkatkan prestasi sukan dan kehidupan seharian, serta meningkatkan keyakinan diri ketika melakukan aktiviti. Tugasan hari ini, ambil gambar anda melakukan sekurang-kurangnya 2 aktiviti imbangan. Sekian sahaja, terima kasih dan semoga berjumpa lagi.